Here we go, back at it again on Horse Race Bets, getting you going for today and, of course, action going into the weekend. So we're going to focus in on 4 races, 2 turf races and 2 dirt races. And hopefully we'll get some luck going our way again. All right, let's get down to business because there's some pretty cool races coming up this weekend. We're going to check in today. The Smart and Fancy. That's coming up on Friday from Saratoga. 5.5 furlongs on the turf course. It's worth $150,000. You got 9 runners in here, and they're intriguing. But I'm looking for a runner that can split the difference. There's some speed in here, so I don't think that one horse will be able to get away, and I don't think it's going to set up for one closer. So I want a runner that's going to be kind of right smack dab in the middle, and I want a rider that I can trust to be right there in the middle. And that is going to be the 5. That is Twirling Queen. And the rider that I trust, like to be there in the right spot, is Luis Saez, right? So we're looking at this runner, got some early speed, and I like that. But I like the fact that the horse is versatile. They can track and sit just off. I don't expect them to dictate, although you've seen them go to the lead and carry it. I'm really hoping they kind of sit just off and then take over. Wonderful series of bullet drills coming into this race. And Twirling Queen is great value at 6-1 on the morning line. We love the 5. Twirling Queen in the Smart and Fancy Stakes. That's Friday from Saratoga. They've gotten a little bit of rain, but I don't expect the races to be taken off the turf until Saturday. That's when things are going to get a little crazy. But we'll see what happens on Friday if they get so much rain they take this off. Once again, if the race is taken off and the horse is scratched, I don't pick another horse. I just don't have a pick for that race. That's it. You move on. You missed your shot. You move on. And so we'll do that too. Next race on the list, let's go from the East Coast to the West Coast. $100,000 CTT and TOC. That's California Thoroughbred Trainers and Thoroughbred Owners of California Stakes. It's Friday at Del Mar, a mile and 3/16 on the turf. 11 runners in here, and we've got runners that have been in this race before, including your champion from last year. You've got some really interesting runners here. And I know what Mrs. Astor can do, right? We know what Sunshine Glory can do. We know what Son of Hill can do. Like, we've seen these runners before. But I'm looking for a runner that's going to be able to do something different. And I think that because she hasn't gone this distance of a mile and 3/16 yet, we don't know what she can do. But she has the best closing kick of all the runners in the field. And so I think when she gets a little bit more ground to work with, plus she gets the services of a Hall of Fame rider with a Hall of Fame trainer, I think she's live and she's value. The question is she good enough? I think she is. I'm going to go with the 2, Nadette. Nadette came off the layoff last time out and won a mile in the Oceanitas. And if you watch that race, she's back and then she starts making that move and she starts closing. And I'm thinking, okay, I know she hasn't gone this far before, but I think her running style, her pedigree, her incredible closing kick, I think that's going to set her up for a wonderful finish, and we get great value because she's unknown. But we do know one thing for sure. She's not a scrub, right? She likes to run and win races. She's won 5 of 27. She's in the money 12 out of 27. I'm okay with that. I love the value we're going to get. I love the rider. I think we'll get a great setup. I'm going to go with Nadette. Friday at Del Mar, the CTT and TOC Stakes. And we'll get that stake there. All right? That's Friday. Let's go to Saturday because there's a really, really competitive sprint race coming up on Saturday from Gulfstream Park. I love 7 furlongs, and Gulfstream Park does 7 furlongs, I think, better than anybody else. 7 furlong race, 9 runners here. It's $75,000 sheer drama handicap. Handicap, remember, that means weights, right? That means you're going to have horses in here that are giving up weight and other horses that are getting. And so what I want to do here is I love a horse that ran very well last time out, and I think that now the horse will get the same kind of setup, and we're going to get, I believe, great value. Although, the horse ran so well last time out at Churchill that maybe we won't get the value that I'm looking for. But Claret Beret is who I like quite a bit, who ran a really nice second in the Chicago. That was a grade 2 7 furlong race at Churchill Downs a couple of months back. And what I love about this runner in particular is able to sit and make the move. And we talk about 7 furlongs and how I do not like speed going 7 furlongs, but I also don't want a deep closer going 7 furlongs. And I think Claret Beret fits perfectly in this race. Now second off of the layoff, or third off the layoff rather, which we like even more, right? Went a mile, then went 7 furlongs, now back 7 furlongs again. I just think it's a much better setup. I think the competition was tougher. Obviously, you go from a grade 2 to now a $75,000 listed stake. So I think obviously it's softer competition, but it's a tough field. I think we'll still get some value on our pick. Our pick is going to be the number 2, Claret Beret, in the sheer drama handicap. That is Saturday at Gulfstream Park. I think great value there. I can't wait for them to turn for home. That's going to be really, really exciting. Hopefully we get a little bang for our buck. That's what's coming up over the weekend. Let's get down to business. Thursday's play of the day. So Del Mar's back in the mix. And you know I looked hard to find my dude, Giovanni Franco. And he has 3 mounts. And he's amazing, but I'm like, man, I don't like any of these horses. I don't think he has a chance with any of his mounts. So I'm going to play a rider that I don't play. Look, I can say what I want now because I'm not representing an entire network, but there are just certain riders where I'm like, I've seen you win on the favorite, but I haven't seen you do anything that was like, oh my goodness, how do you do that? But I'm going to try and give him a chance. And that rider is going to be Umberto Rispoli. Umberto Rispoli is going to be on the 10, Toppers at Seaside, in race number 8 at Del Mar on Thursday, right? It's a 1.16 maiden claimer on the dirt with 11 runners. There are some sprinters stretching out, but I don't think that they really have enough quickness to get the lead. I know Toppers at Seaside is quick enough to get the lead, and now we stretch out from a mile to a 1.16. This horse should have the lead, and Rispoli's got to figure out how to get this horse to carry it because he's going to have the lead. And now he's third off the layoff after going a mile 2 times. Now he goes a 1.16. I'm like, you should be perfect. You should be right there. You get out of the gate, man, you should be gonz. Catch a little breather, and then put them all in chase mode, man. And more importantly, get me my money. 8-1 morning line on Toppers at Seaside. That's our play of the day on Thursday from Del Mar. It's race number 8. Like I said, I've played Umberto Rispoli on the favorite in like a pick 5 or pick 4, and he's won. But I have yet to see him do anything where I'm like, that was awesome. How did he do that? Like every day, Johnny Velasquez does something where I'm like, how did he just do that? I'm waiting on Rispoli to do the same thing. I'm taking a chance on him Thursday. And you know what? Let's see how it goes. That'll do it. All right? See if we can get some luck to go our way. You know, that's the thing about this game. It's tricky. But I don't feel like there's 2 things you should not do. One, you shouldn't give people grief if their picks don't win because we have no control. Once you put the pick in, you don't have any control. That's why when you win, you always say, man, we got lucky. Even though you know you did a good job handicapping, you always say, we got lucky. Because you can always be unlucky in this game. And the number 2 thing I don't understand, and people are going to do it till the end of time, the on-track analysts and the touts out there, why are you giving out 3 and 4 picks per race? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. You get 1 pick. If your pick scratches, you don't bet the race. Your pick loses, you move on to the next one. You ain't got time to be giving 3 and 4 picks per race, so you can come back and say, yeah, my 3rd selection won. Get out of here with that. Have some integrity. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Horse Race Bets. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, we will see you here. Good luck and enjoy whatever you're into.